The story of Russia begins with the early Slavic tribes, who settled across vast stretches of Eastern Europe. These communities were soon joined by Viking traders, known as Varangians, who navigated the region's rivers and established important trade routes. Over time, these interactions led to the formation of Kievan Rus, a powerful federation centered in Kiev. The adoption of Orthodox Christianity in the late 10th century profoundly shaped the spiritual and cultural landscape, forging a distinct identity that would influence Russian society for centuries. These foundational moments set the stage for the development of Russian culture and national consciousness. The Mongol invasion in the 13th century dramatically altered the course of Russian history. Under Mongol rule, many principalities were forced to pay tribute, and political fragmentation persisted for decades. Amid this turmoil, Moscow gradually rose in prominence, leveraging its strategic location and forging alliances with Mongol leaders. Over time, Moscow became the leading force in resisting Mongol authority. The eventual defeat of the Mongols marked a turning point, enabling Moscow to consolidate power and lay the foundations for a unified, centralized Russian state. The expansion of Russia under the Tsars marked a transformative period in the country's history. With the rise of the Romanov dynasty in the early 17th century, Russia began to consolidate power and extend its territories across vast regions. Rulers such as Peter the Great and Catherine the Great played pivotal roles in this process. Peter the Great introduced sweeping reforms, modernizing the military and government, and opening Russia to Western influences. Catherine the Great continued this legacy, further expanding the empire and promoting cultural and administrative advancements, solidifying Russia's status as a major European power. The 19th century in Russia was marked by profound social and political challenges. Serfdom kept millions of peasants in poverty and dependence, fueling widespread dissatisfaction. Attempts at reform, such as the emancipation of the serfs in 1861, brought hope but also new problems, as many peasants struggled with debt and limited land. Growing unrest spread across the country, with workers, intellectuals, and minorities demanding change. These tensions ultimately contributed to the rise of revolutionary movements, setting the stage for the collapse of the monarchy and the dramatic transformation of Russian society. In 1917, Russia experienced two pivotal revolutions that would forever alter its course. The February Revolution led to the abdication of Tsar Nicholas II, ending centuries of imperial rule and ushering in a provisional government. However, growing unrest and dissatisfaction paved the way for the Bolsheviks, a radical socialist group led by Vladimir Lenin, to seize power during the October Revolution. The Bolsheviks quickly consolidated control, dismantling old institutions and establishing a new communist government. This dramatic transformation culminated in the creation of the Soviet Union, fundamentally reshaping Russian society, politics, and its role on the world stage. The era of Joseph Stalin marked a transformative period for the Soviet Union, characterized by intense centralization of power and sweeping economic changes. Through rapid industrialization, the nation sought to modernize its economy, often at immense human cost, including forced labor and widespread famine. During World War II, the Soviet Union played a pivotal role in defeating Nazi Germany, enduring staggering losses but ultimately emerging victorious. This victory, combined with its industrial growth, propelled the Soviet Union onto the world stage as a global superpower. However, the achievements of this era came with profound consequences, including social upheaval, repression, and enduring scars from both war and internal policies. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union emerged as a formidable global power, competing fiercely with the United States across political, military, and technological arenas. The Soviets achieved remarkable milestones, including launching the first artificial satellite, Sputnik, and sending the first human, Yuri Gagarin, into space. These accomplishments showcased the nation's scientific prowess and fueled national pride. However, beneath these successes, the Soviet Union faced significant internal challenges, such as economic inefficiencies, bureaucratic rigidity, and limited political freedoms. Over time, these issues contributed to stagnation, undermining progress and ultimately leading to the collapse of the Soviet state in 1991. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 marked a dramatic turning point in world history, ending decades of communist rule and dissolving a superpower into multiple independent states. In the aftermath, Russia emerged as the largest successor state, facing significant political and economic challenges. The transition from a centrally planned economy to a market-based system was turbulent, leading to widespread hardship and uncertainty. Under leaders like Vladimir Putin, Russia experienced a period of stabilization, with efforts to reassert government control, strengthen national identity, and revive economic growth. These transformations have shaped modern Russia's political landscape and its role on the global stage. Russia's history continues to influence its present in profound ways. Centuries of expansion, revolution, and resilience have forged a distinct national identity rooted in both pride and perseverance. The legacy of autocratic rule and Soviet governance still shapes the country's political structures and approaches to leadership. On the global stage, Russia's historical experiences inform its foreign policy and interactions with other nations. Understanding this complex past is essential to grasping Russia's current ambitions and its place in international affairs.